Welcome to Portugal. Today we're heading into the mountains, where the real heart of this country beats. We'll skip the tourist traps and uncover hidden gems, breathtaking landscapes, timeless villages, and food that feeds your soul. So, get comfy, grab a snack, and imagine you're right here with me, feeling the mountain air and hearing the wind in the trees. Ready? Let's go. First stop, Serra da Estrela, the highest mountain range in mainland Portugal. Rising majestically above the surrounding landscape, these peaks have long been a source of inspiration for poets, adventurers, and locals alike. As you approach, the mountains seem to stretch endlessly into the sky, their rugged silhouettes etched against the horizon. Up here, the air is crisp, and the peaks are often dusted with snow, sparkling in the sun. Even in late spring, you might find patches of white clinging to the highest summits, a reminder of the mountain's wild, untamed spirit. The sunlight dances across the snow, creating a dazzling display that feels almost otherworldly. Sometimes, you're literally above the clouds, looking out over a sea of white. The world below disappears, replaced by a soft, endless blanket that stretches as far as the eye can see. It's a surreal experience, one that makes you feel like you've stepped into a dream, suspended between earth and sky. It's humbling, awe-inspiring, and makes you feel connected to something bigger. Standing on the summit, you can't help but reflect on the power of nature and the smallness of our everyday worries. The vastness of the landscape puts everything into perspective, inviting a sense of peace and wonder. But let's talk about the real star, queijo da serra, a legendary cheese made from sheep's milk. This cheese is as much a part of the mountain's identity as the granite peaks themselves. Crafted by hand using age-old traditions, it's a symbol of the region's rich agricultural heritage. We visited a family-run dairy, watched the cheese being made, and tasted it fresh, creamy, gooey, and unforgettable. The process is a labor of love, passed down through generations. Each wheel is carefully tended, and when you finally taste it, you understand why it's so revered. The flavor is rich and complex, with a texture that melts in your mouth. Breaking bread with the family surrounded by mountains was pure magic. There's something special about sharing a meal in a place like this, where every bite is infused with the flavors of the land and the warmth of local hospitality. Laughter echoes across the table, and for a moment you feel like you belong here. The landscape is wild, giant granite boulders, glacial lakes, and endless hiking trails. Each path leads to a new discovery, a hidden waterfall, a tranquil lake reflecting the sky, or a field of wildflowers swaying in the breeze. The terrain is as varied as it is beautiful, inviting exploration at every turn. Silence here is profound, broken only by sheep bells or the wind. The gentle clinking of bells is a constant companion, a reminder of the region's pastoral traditions. Sometimes the only other sound is the whisper of the wind through the grass, creating a sense of tranquility that's hard to find elsewhere. Driving the winding roads, every turn reveals a new, stunning vista. The journey itself becomes an adventure, with each bend offering a fresh perspective on the mountain's grandeur. Whether you're behind the wheel or simply gazing out the window, it's impossible not to be captivated by the ever-changing scenery. Shepherds still guide their flocks, just as they have for centuries. Watching them move across the hillsides, you get a sense of timelessness, a living link to the past. Their quiet presence is a testament to the enduring rhythms of rural life in Serra da Estrela. There's a timelessness to this place, a sense that the most important things endure. The ancient stone shelters, the traditions, the landscape itself, they all speak of resilience and continuity. Here, history isn't just remembered, it's lived every single day. Leaving Serra da Estrela feels like waking from a beautiful dream. As the mountains recede in your rearview mirror, you realize you're taking a piece of this place with you, a memory that will linger long after you've gone. You carry that feeling of being on top of the world with you. It's a sense of freedom, of possibility, that stays with you long after you've left the heights behind. It's more than a mountain. It's an experience that gets into your soul. Serra da Estrela isn't just a destination, it's a place that changes you, that invites you to slow down, breathe deeply, and truly appreciate the beauty of the world. And it's only the beginning of our journey. What a start! The adventure ahead promises even more wonders, but Serra da Estrela will always hold a special place in our hearts. Next, we enter Peneda Gerês, Portugal's only national park, a wild, untamed world where nature reigns supreme and time seems to slow down. This is a place where the mountains stretch endlessly, their peaks shrouded in mist, and the air is filled with the scent of pine and wildflowers. Every corner of this park feels like a secret waiting to be discovered. Here, wild Garano horses roam free, grazing by crystal-clear streams, their manes blowing in the wind. Watching them move through the landscape, you sense the deep connection between these animals and the land. They are living symbols of the park's wild spirit, untamed and beautiful, moving in herds across the open meadows and rocky slopes. Ancient granite villages like Soaho and Lindoso dot the hills, with unique espigueiros, granaries on stilts, telling stories of survival. These villages, built from stone and tradition, have stood for centuries, weathering storms and the passage of time. The espigueiros, perched above the ground, are a testament to the ingenuity of the people who once depended on them to store their precious harvests. We shared homemade wine with a local woman, laughing and connecting without words. Her eyes sparkled with stories, and her hospitality was as warm as the afternoon sun. In these remote villages, every encounter feels genuine, and the bonds you form, even in a single afternoon, can linger in your memory for years. The park is a tapestry of oak forests, rivers, and hidden waterfalls, nature's spa. The sound of water tumbling over rocks is a soothing soundtrack as you wander beneath ancient trees, their branches forming a green cathedral overhead. Pools of clear water invite you to pause, breathe, and simply be present in the moment. You'll find ancient Roman roads and mysterious stone circles, reminders of civilizations long gone. Walking these paths, you can almost hear the echoes of footsteps from centuries past, and you realize that this land has been cherished and revered for generations. Hiking here, you feel the spirits of those who walked before you. The trails wind through misty mountains and open up to breathtaking vistas, each step a journey deeper into the heart of the wild. Peneda Gerês is a sanctuary for wildlife and for the soul, a place to disconnect from the modern world and reconnect with nature. Here, deer graze in the early morning light, eagles soar overhead, and the silence is broken only by the calls of distant birds. It's a refuge for anyone seeking peace and inspiration. It's pure, simple, and profoundly beautiful. As the sun rises over the mountains, the landscape glows with golden light, and you feel a sense of gratitude just to witness it. I could have stayed for weeks, losing myself in the rhythms of the wild, letting the beauty of Peneda Gerês fill my heart and soul. Now let's step into a fairy tale, Serra da Sintra, just outside Lisbon. This enchanting region has inspired poets, artists, and dreamers for centuries, and it's easy to see why. As you approach, the landscape transforms, and you feel as if you're entering another world entirely. Mystical fog rolls in from the Atlantic, wrapping the hills in an ethereal glow. The mist seems to dance between the trees and palaces, softening the edges of reality and making everything feel just a little more magical. It's as if the clouds themselves have come down to play among the forests and ancient stones. Palaces abound, but none more famous than the colorful, whimsical Peña Palace. Its bold reds and yellows stand out against the green hills, looking like something straight from a storybook. The palace's turrets and domes peek through the mist, inviting you to explore its fantastical halls and terraces. Yet the real magic is in the gardens of Quinta da Regaleira, with hidden tunnels and the mysterious initiation well. Here, every path leads to a secret. Every corner hides a legend. The gardens are a labyrinth of symbolism, where you can lose yourself among fountains, grottos, and ancient trees. The forests are dense and ancient, with secret trails winding through mossy boulders and giant ferns. Walking here, you're surrounded by the scent of damp earth and the sound of birdsong echoing through the trees. It's easy to imagine fairies or knights appearing from behind the next bend. We sampled Sintra's famous pastries, queijada and travesseiro, sweet, flaky, and perfect with the fog swirling outside. Sitting at a cozy cafe, savoring these treats, you feel the warmth of tradition and the comfort of local hospitality, all while the mysterious mist drifts past the windows. Hiking up to the Castle of the Moors, the view stretches from palaces to sea. The ancient stone walls tell stories of battles and legends, and from this vantage point, you can see the entire magical landscape unfold beneath you, with the Atlantic shimmering in the distance. Sintra sparks the imagination, blending nature and mysticism. Every step feels like a journey through a living fairy tale, where history and legend intertwine with the beauty of the land. It's a place that proves magic is real. You just have to look for it. In Sintra, the line between reality and fantasy blurs, and for a moment, you become part of the story yourself. Time for adventure in the rugged Serra do Marão, where the open road calls. The winding mountain roads offer endless panoramic views, each turn a new discovery. This isn't a polished tourist spot. It's wild, raw, and deeply peaceful. We stopped often, just to breathe in the freedom and let the wind rush by. The landscape glows gold in the late sun, a quiet beauty that seeps into your soul. In a tiny village tavern, we feasted on roasted kid goat and local wine. Simple, hearty, unforgettable. The mountains here inspired poets, and you can feel why. There's a grandeur that makes you reflect. Serra do Marão is about the joy of exploration and the magic of the open road. What a ride! Next, we enter the enchanted forests of Serra da Luça, home to the schist villages. Built from dark, layered stone, these villages blend seamlessly into the mountainside. Walking into Talasnal or Kandal feels like discovering a lost world, quiet, peaceful, and utterly unique. The forests are deep and ancient, sunlight filtering through to moss and ferns. Hidden waterfalls and river beaches reward the curious explorer. In a tiny village restaurant, we tasted chanfana, goat slow-cooked in red wine, shared with proud, welcoming locals. These villages, once nearly abandoned, are being revived by people who cherish their beauty and tranquility. Serra da Luça is about quiet discovery, gentle magic, and the joy of a simpler life. For a change of pace, we head south to the lush, peaceful Serra de Monchique, the garden of the Algarve. Here, everything is green and fragrant, with cork oaks, eucalyptus, and strawberry trees. The main draw? Natural hot springs, famed since Roman times for their healing powers. We soaked in the warm, mineral-rich waters of Caldas de Monchique, pure bliss. We sampled Madrono, a fiery local spirit made from strawberry tree fruit at a family distillery. From Foia, the highest point, the view stretches across the entire Algarve coast. Life here is slow and intentional. Coffee in the sun, lacework in doorways, gardens tended with care. Serra de Monchique is a sanctuary for body and soul, a reminder to slow down and savor the moment. Our final stop, Serra de São Mamede, a hidden paradise in the Alentejo. In spring, the hills explode with wildflowers and butterflies, a living painting. It's a haven for rare birds and wildlife, a sanctuary where nature thrives undisturbed. The hiking trails are tranquil, winding through ancient chestnut and cork oak groves, past medieval castles like Marvão. Marvão itself is a walled village perched high above the plains. Stepping inside feels like time travel. The food here is rustic and full of flavor, black pork, migas, and fantastic local wine. São Mamede is about gentle beauty, quiet wonders, and the joy of simple pleasures, a perfect end to our journey. Our mountain adventure in Portugal comes to an end, but the memories linger. Thank you for joining me. Sharing these places with you is the best part of what I do. If you enjoyed the journey, please subscribe and help us keep exploring. Remember, there's magic everywhere, just be open to it. Be curious, be kind, and always try the local cheese. I'm Phil. See you next time.